9 negative traits of an Aquarius that scare people away. Those born under the Aquarius zodiac sign are innovative, progressive, and humanitarian. However, every zodiac sign has a dark side, and Aquarius is no exception. There's something about the Aquarius personality which is far more complex and confusing than its appearance to be below the iceberg. They can be eccentric or have erratic behavior, even rebellious. Let's dive into a deep understanding of this air sign and explore 9 negative traits of an Aquarius in this article. 1. It's difficult for Aquarians to follow the crowd only because of their eccentric nature. Aquarius always behaves in ways that are considered unusual and seem unconcerned about saying or doing things that raise eyebrows. An eccentric Aquarius may love to shock people in public by dressing in quirky, ridiculous pieces or bold accessories, even having "look at me" tattooed on their forehead. Aquarius loves to label this behavior as individualistic or free-thinking, but in reality, their attempt to always be one of a kind and to swim against the current doesn't really add to their charm or make them cooler, but it kind of tags them as oddballs of the crowd and become Aquarius's bad traits. Saparamet Mayazov, president of Turkmenistan, is known as one of the world's most totalitarian and repressive dictators. He imposed his personal eccentricities upon his country, such as renaming Turkmen months and days of the week, following his autobiography, The Runama, or giving every citizen a watch with his portrait on the dial. 2. Aquarius is rebellious and takes a highly unstructured approach to life. With progressive and free thought, Aquarius detest feeling trapped or restricted by anything or anyone. Instead, they aren't afraid to stick their necks out for things they believe in. This astrological sign constantly causes ripples in the calmest waters because of their rebellious nature. Aquarians would argue that they're pushing boundaries, challenging the status quo and sparking change, or even refusing to obey rules or authority. Aquarius seems to believe that their relentless opposition makes them intellectually superior, a pioneering force against the dull tide of conformity. However, when not tempered, this endless rebellion often comes across as conflict and tension between rebellious individuals or groups and the authorities or established institutions. This can result in protest, demonstrations, or other forms of resistance, especially tiresome and upsetting to people around them. 3. One of Aquarius's negative traits is to underestimate the value of the past. Aquarius is all about looking towards the future, breaking free of outdated traditions, and setting sail on the winds of innovation. While this relentless pursuit of the future is laudable, their underestimated attitude towards the past is one of Aquarius's negative traits. It's as if they see tradition as a rusty old chain that needs to be broken, rather than a sturdy bridge that connects us to our roots. Yes, focusing on the future is crucial, but disregarding what's behind is like trying to build a skyscraper without a foundation. By ignoring the lessons of the past, they're essentially walking blindfolded into the future, running the risk of repeating past mistakes and missing out on valuable wisdom. In their haste to innovate and revolutionize, they're forgetting that past and present are not rivals, but allies, shaping the contours of a better future. But hey, Aquarius, you should remember that many things are old but not obsolete. 4. Aquarius is innovative, but they lack persistence to turn ideas into reality. In the only astrology book you'll ever need, written by Joanna Martine Woolfolk, she wrote, "An Aquarian will hatch up a grandiose scheme for improving the way things are, but your main interest is in creating the idea, not translating it into action through work." Aquarius can be a master architect of impossible plans, but when it comes to executing those grand visions, they often lack the tenacity and patience required to see their ideas through to completion. Their lackadaisical approach to responsibilities can place an unfair burden on those around them, creating resentment and frustration. While these zodiac signs are off chasing the next big idea, others are left cleaning up the mess, struggling to turn their half-baked schemes into something tangible. They abandon projects halfway, leaving a trail of unfinished tasks, a testament to their flighty and non-committal nature. 5. Aquarius is an unpredictable and always is ready to shock. Aquarius is like a human embodiment of a roller coaster ride. They're always unpredictable and full of surprises, and always ready to shock you. And Aquarians' unpredictability isn't just quirky, it's downright chaotic, because their distaste for planning and their fascination with spontaneity can create a whirlwind of confusion to those around them. They take risks without a second thought, make hasty decisions, and change their minds faster than one can blink, which is as if they live in a world where consistency and stability are foreign concepts. Additionally, this Aquarius toxic behavior often causes a rift in their relationships, painting them as unstable and unreliable companions as Taurus. In a professional setting, too, this unpredictability can be a disadvantage, fostering an impression of inconsistency and a lack of commitment. While a pinch of unpredictability may add a touch of spice to your life, the Aquarius's overindulgence in it is akin to adding too much salt to a dish, making it distasteful instead of flavorful. 6. Aquarius is stubborn about their views. While an Aquarius is indeed renowned for their intelligence and a knack for bringing out unique ideas and views, their intellectual capacity often becomes a double-edged sword. This unevolved air sign's inordinate confidence in their points morphs into a blinding obsession. They firmly believe that every notion they conceive is a universal truth that demands widespread acknowledgement. And this desire to share their novel insights that aren't suitable for the world is nothing more than an obstination, barely even a thoughtful attempt to educate and inspire others. Moreover, their rigid adherence to their beliefs leaves no room for flexibility or growth. They transform into stubborn mules, and they're unyielding, refusing to accept any ideas that don't align with their own. This stubbornness under the guise of firmness is not an admirable trait, but an impediment to their intellectual progress. 7. Aquarius is overthinking and often stuck in their own head. The Aquarian's intellectual stimulation and abstraction concepts, futurism, and vision can be wearisome to the point of frustration. This zodiac sign's penchant for analyzing and dissecting information, although intellectual on the surface, often spirals into a counterproductive loop of overthinking. Even they always think about how to set control and impose their opinions, and will do so that everything in life must go the way they want. This obsession can lead to them circling a problem for days on end, consuming their time and energy, without offering any real resolution or progress. Instead of harnessing it for growth and enlightenment, they let it trap them in the confines of their overactive imagination, trapping them in a prison of their own making. This frustrating habit, in fact, far from being laudable, often results in needless worry and an unhealthy focus on problems that might not even materialize in the future. 8. Aquarius's robotic demeanor make it hard to connect on a deeper level. Have you ever wondered what's the difference between humans and robots? It's about all of us using our emotions and feelings to go through problems and situations. But an Aquarius treads a different path. As an air sign, Aquarius prefer to approach situations with their head rather than their heart. Especially, they would rather rely on fact and reasoning than anything else. This sounds like it works, but it ultimately strips them of their emotional depth and becomes Aquarius's weakness. While it might ostensibly offer an objective perspective, this lack of emotional engagement inadvertently widens the gap between themselves and others. It's as if it paints a barren picture of human connection and personal growth, making genuine connections as elusive as a mirage, and rendering them incapable of understanding the full depth and breadth of the human experience. 9. Aquarius put up walls between themselves and their loved ones. As a rule, these Aquarians are humanitarian and concerned about the welfare of the world, thanks to the rule of the 11th house, but they do not get deeply involved in intimate relationships. One reason for this apparent detachment is their high value for independence and freedom. Aquarians cherish their personal space and often fear that deep emotional connections might jeopardize their sense of autonomy. These Aquarius dark traits can lead them to create emotional boundaries and appear detached, as they try to preserve their personal freedom. So Aquarius won't depend on anyone, but they also never let the others become dependent on them. Moreover, Aquarians have a future-oriented mindset and bold avant-garde trends. The Aquarius negative traits can sometimes make them seem disconnected from the present emotional concerns because they spare themselves the potential rejection and stay isolated.